This is Valley of Tears from MMP Games, part of the Battalion Combat series. I wasn't going to do this video, I was going to do a Sinai and Golan video, but made a bit of a mess up on the victory points. Now, it hasn't affected the game at all, because people aren't really playing for victory points, except in the areas where I was fighting over victory points, I was fighting over legitimate victory points. The thing I was doing wrong is I was including these hexes here which have the flag, the square flag of either Israel or Egypt, okay, as being victory points. So that one there, that circle indicates that that is a victory point for the Arabs, excuse the glare, whereas the flag, Israeli flag square, that is not a victory point for the Israelis. So that totally changes the situation. Now, if we look at the situation on the on the Sinai, the Egyptians have 4 victory points at this particular stage. Now, to win this game, you've got to win both Sinai and Golan, and the Israelis have 1. So Israelis are still losing on the Sinai, okay? But the victory points I was talking about before was ridiculous. They were far too high. Right, we move over to the Golan. The situation on the Golan, at their height, the Syrians had 8 of their victory point hexes. And that counts as their total for the Golan. And the Israelis basically have got to get more than 8 of their victory points to win this front. They've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it doesn't change the game. The Israelis were losing on both fronts last time we looked at it. Excuse me. Now, while I'm here, I might as well do the Golan. Situation on the Golan, it's deteriorated rapidly for the Arabs because of the high attrition rate due to Israeli aircraft and due to the scenarios -1 snafu, and the fact that some headquarters are being jumped. Quite a few headquarters have been jumped by the Israeli forces. You've also got crossing streams in a lot of areas, and you've got mixed formations in quite a few areas. It's just been chaotic for the Syrians and their allies, and the Israelis effectively, they seize 1, 2, 3, 4 victory point hexes this turn alone. Now, the Israelis' main formation, the 36th up north, is run out of steam. It's going to have to go into recovery. The same as this para unit here, which is just an elite infantry unit. That's fatigue level 4 as well. And the other formation down south is at fatigue level 3. So the Israelis are pretty much close to the end of the end of their tether in terms of fighting. Now, this turn, the 36th was lucky. It managed to get 2 partial activations, and it's taken a lot of ground. And the fact you can see that it's managed to snaffle 3 victory point hexes. They've pretty much done a job on the 3rd Iraqi armour. They must be thinking, what on earth have we got ourselves into here? They've been heavily engaged and pushed back. Now, the Israelis have broken through in several places, but it's not a clean break yet. There are scattered remnants of Arab units sort of forming a defence line up north. You've got they've committed all their off-board strategic reserves now, which aren't particularly effective. Just like it's 3 brigade groups, sort of mechanized. I think there were 2 infantry brigades and a mechanized or armoured brigade. Not particularly good. They didn't get any reinforcements this turn apart from their last strategic reserve unit. You've got a lot of units have been simply paralysed by the snafu rolls. It's very difficult for them to respond. You've got units down south here. The 5th Infantry is pretty much destroyed. The 9th Infantry is in the same sort of state, and the 1st Infantry has been destroyed effectively. The 1st Tank Division, so in 1st Tank Division, is also practically destroyed. So their only formations that are not in bare bones state are the 3rd Tank, the Iraqi 3rd Armoured, Jordanian unit, and a very small Saudi unit here, plus the reserves I've talked about that have come on north. Oh, another unit that's smashed is the Commando Brigade as well. So all in all, at the end of this particular turn, as I said, the Israelis still haven't won on this front, but if they can sort of recover some levels of fatigue on their army, I can't see that. Well, you're going to give the Syrians an option to actually try and hold the front in the north, but it's not looking good. I've lost a lot of ground this turn because the Israelis are completely across the anti-tank ditch and those bad terrain, all that sort of rough and hilly terrain stuff around here. Okay, the next video will cover Sinai for this turn, which is the end of turn 13.